Welcome everyone to State of the Republic Live, USL W edition. We're really excited to be able to speak to our three guests. This show will surely be the biggest show we've ever done because we've never had three guests on a live show. So before we get started, let's go ahead and play our introductory video, and we'll be back in about a minute. All right, and we are back. Thank you to everyone who is tuning in. I see the numbers going up, so we really appreciate y'all being on here. We'll be introducing our special guests here shortly. But in the meantime, if you want to leave a comment, whether you just have a simple comment or you have a question for one of our guests, feel free to drop it. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, we'll actually be able to show it on the screen. If you're on Twitter, then you might want to hop on the other platforms because, as I always say, unfortunately, Twitter doesn't allow us to actually display any comments on here. So let's go ahead first and introduce my two co-hosts here on the podcast. Y'all already know them, but first, as I always like to start, let's go all the way over to Elk Grove with Sharon, aka Podcast Mom. How's it going, Sharon?
Well, hey, good evening. Everything is going great. Can't wait to get going and listen in with our three guests, Jamie, Michael, and Lee. Just super stoked that they're on and we get to talk about what we get to talk about here. Exciting times ahead. Jared?
Sorry, I'm back. I didn't mean to do that too. I meant to play music, not do that. I'm assuming you already said hello and all that.
I did all that. Your turn.
Okay, cool. Now let's go over to Arizona with everyone's favorite, Jared. How's it going, man?
Doing excellently. Cannot wait for this night. I've been looking forward to it ever since the news about the W League and USL League 2 dropped last week. Always good to hear from these folks. Let's get into it.
Awesome. And the comments are trickling in. We really appreciate everyone. Chrissy, looking forward to hearing about this. And Vargas Castillo, hi there. Hi, thank you for tuning in and keep on leaving y'all's comments. Feel free to share the live with everyone and help us get more people on here as well. Cool. Stockton Cargo SC future champions. Look at that.
That's so funny.
Well, now that we're starting there, I was figuring out how to introduce our special guests, but since that's the first team that is being referenced here, I think let's go ahead and start with Stockton Cargo president and founder Lee Neves, who y'all have heard here on the podcast before, and we'll definitely be having him more on next year as they get the team kick-started and we hear more about their new season. How's it going, Lee? Welcome back on State of the Republic.
It is going fantastic. I'm here in lovely Stockton with my bump box, where you guys were listening to all the fantastic Christmas music on. But it's a great day in Stockton. Happy to be on here, and really excited about the news that came out on Thursday. I'm also very excited about beating Academica SC every time we play them.
Go Lee.
Oh yeah, and I'm sure it's special for you, Lee, right? Because that team wasn't too far from where you grew up at too, right?
So the church that they're based out of, Our Lady of Assumption Church in Turlock, is actually the church I went to as a child, all the way through high school, and it is the church that my entire family still goes to. They all do. So I'm looking forward to winning and wearing a Cargo jersey pregame into church and saying y'all are about to go down, because there's no way on God's green earth I'm gonna have to pay a penance by wearing an Academica jersey and going to church for like a continuous year afterwards.
You know, I can see Jamie and Michael in the background probably just laughing really crazy right now. So I think we saved the best for last. We'll save Jamie, and I'm partial, for last, but I think we should bring Michael Rocha on and see what he says about a throw down there.
Absolutely.
Okay, I was gonna say I wasn't seeing Michael, but now he's on here. Okay, cool. What do you think, Michael? By the way, welcome to the show. How's it going?
Oh, you're muted.
You're muted.
Of course I'm muted. Of course I muted myself. I was so excited to talk that I muted myself. I am ready for that, Lee. I can't wait to have the whole Neves family as part of the Black and Gold Brigade joining us that game and cheer you on Academica to victory.
Those games are going to be really good. Yeah, can't wait for that. I'm sure you guys are going to have your own bets, right? Loser wears the opposition jersey, maybe?
Loser has to eat a bowl soup with goish.
There you go.
If you don't know what that is, I don't think that's really a bad bet to lose.
That is a horrible bet to lose. Are you kidding me?
What?
It's still alive.
You guys don't. Well, I mean, okay. So if you're not Portuguese, that is the staple of Portuguese soups. It's collard greens and just a bunch of spices, and it goes down well in the wintertime. Summer might not go well because you don't have soup in the summertime, but it's not a bad bet to lose. I don't plan on losing it, but just not a bad bet to lose. Someone's gonna have to eat that.
I'll have my mom fix your bowl of soup with goish.
Perfect. We can all have one after the game, regardless of the end outcome.
All right, let's not wait any longer. Let's bring in my girlfriend, Jamie. We'll bring her onto the stream so that she can help balance out this little tete-a-tete going on.
I'm kind of enjoying it. Part of me would like to get on this bet. So what do we got to do here?
What's sorry to interrupt, but what's gonna be? Are we gonna do like you know how like Army, Navy, and Air Force do the Commanders in Chief trophy? Are we gonna have to do something between Cal Storm, Stockton, and Academica? What is it?
I think we do, and the loser gets stuck with Haley Betancourt. I think that should be that.
I'll use all day long.
Simon is taking that game. We are not showing up for that game if Simon has anything to say about it.
Oh, this is great.
I'm thinking by the time the episode ends, I'm gonna have to save it for the summer, because here in Arizona we're gonna need all the shade we can get, and this is gonna be a good source of it.
Yeah, this episode is definitely going to be one that's going to be saved. So we're still waiting we're still waiting for more people to throw some comments into the chat, either on Facebook or YouTube, because we will post them here. Just keep them clean, because we don't have a way to kind of excise out weird words.
Yeah, we don't have any 5-second delays here, folks.
No, I mean the delay is there for people, but not. I mean, we can't control the comment.
Not on our end.
No.
So
going backwards, why don't we really quickly, we'll go backwards in order from what we just did. And I think, Luis, you and I stepped on each other here. Where did it go?
Yeah, no, it's right there. Let's go ahead and actually go in screen order here, starting with you, Jamie. And we want each of you to tell us more about yourself and also how you became a soccer fan.
My name is Jamie Levoy, and I've been coaching for probably like 24 years, I think now. And I got involved with the California Storm literally in the snack bar. I said, "Hey, Jerry," who's the founder of the team and of the whole Women's Premier Soccer League, I was, finished playing college at Sac State, and I was looking for somewhere to be involved. And I was, hoping to do coaching and everything because I had, done my coaching licenses and I was coaching at a small college. And I just kind of wanted to learn from him and the players and everything. And so he said, well, let's put you in the snack bar. And I was like, okay, that's fine, And so I was like, I'll do whatever I need to do. So I was, selling Snickers and Brandy's book, It's Not About the Bra. And then I'd sneak out at halftime and watch the game. And afterwards, I thought it was the coolest thing that Jerry would take the entire team out to dinner. And so, I'd be sitting there with Cece and Brandy Chastain and Alex Morgan and Leslie Osborne and all these just incredible athletes. And it was just a dream come true. And then we started, he was talking with me about tactics and whatnot. And he was like, oh, you actually know the game. And I was like, yeah, a little bit. And so he brought me on as an assistant coach. And then I did that for, I think about 10 years. And then his health really started declining. And in 2018, he passed away and he left the team to me. So that was something I took very personal, and I knew it was, something that was extremely important to him. And I've been wanting to just honor him and his mission to create a platform for women.
Jamie, I have to say, I knew Jerry Zanelli. As a matter of fact, I'm quite a bit older, but Jerry was like this incredible standout for me and a beacon. As I got older, I realized that he was actually bringing the younger players to the game. And it was tremendous to see that you would pick up his legacy and carry it on, and hopefully put somebody in that snack bar, down the road, that needs to learn the basics of what you also picked up from Jerry. He was legendary for women's soccer in Northern California, just legendary.
Yeah, and I didn't realize how big he was until when his health declined and he was in the hospital, and we started getting calls from all around the world that, were sending him messages and just telling him thank you. Players from the women's national team were saying, you changed my life. You gave me the opportunity. Brandy told him, that was where I became professional, was because of you. And it just, Anton Dorrance across the country would send players, and Tony Sermani from Australia, just all these people that came together and just said, thank you, Jerry, for all you've done for the women's game. It's incredible. It was a little unnerving to take it on, to say, okay, these are some big shoes I got to fill. But I really appreciate those that stepped up and said, let's do this. We believe in you, and let's make something happen.
So the shoes that you filled, you were quite successful earlier this year, if I remember right. Actually, your squad was. So, I think you did well. I think Jerry was looking down and smiling like crazy.
Thank you. I definitely felt his hand in that, for sure.
Yeah. Michael, you're up.
Hello. I am Michael Rocha. I'm the general manager of Academica. And for those of you who are not aware, Academica, we've been around for 50 years, but we launched our women's team last year. We played in the WPSL with Jamie and the Cal Storm, and we are excited about opening up this new league of the USL W, and providing quality soccer for the 209 and beyond.
That's excellent. And I'm loving, the banter is going to continue. I'm hoping that the banter continues, because we definitely don't want to dampen that. And Chrissy basically says that there should definitely be, a NorCal trophy of some kind. So let's put our creativity brains on, and name it something fun, or leave it to Chrissy to name it. So there you go. Thank you. Lee, the cargo.
We should have a cow on top of the trophy, for the record. We should have a cow.
Central Valley. I mean, you've got Davis, Turlock, and Stockton. Come on.
Phil Jackson gave me the inspiration when, if you all remember, so many moons ago, when it was the Kings and Lakers, he called Sacramento a cow town. So Lee Neves, founder, president, CEO of Stockton Cargo Soccer Club. I'm the outlier, and we had our first divisional meeting on Friday, and it was funny because they were pointing out I am really the outlier. I'm not someone who has been in soccer for years or with an organization that's been in soccer for a number of years. My given profession is politics. I have my own political consulting firm, was chief of staff to a member of the state assembly. And that's really what, how I pay for all this fun stuff like a soccer team. But my inspiration came, and Michael knows because he saw me last February and I literally looked like death because I probably was dying. As many of you guys know, I had a liver transplant St. Patrick's Day of this year back in the University of Florida. God bless them and God bless those surgeons for saving my life. But at that time, when I thought, I was not going to be on this planet much longer, I really wanted to leave a legacy, something to be remembered by, and this opportunity came up to create an opportunity for women in the city of Stockton, because if there's one thing about Stockton is it's such a great town, such a great city with so many great people, and they just need the opportunity to shine. And that was really my impetus behind the Cargo. As soon as they announced the W League, I started bugging them until finally they're like, okay, we'll talk to you, you annoying boy, leave us alone. Put together, I think a solid business plan, a lot of community support. I had city council members writing letters of support. And from day one, since we have been announced, the support's been fantastic. We had a couple World Cup watch parties already. One I put out a notice 2 days before, hoping 10 people would show up. We had over 50 people come in attendance on Black Friday. And then for the USA men's team latest game, 7 a.m. on a Saturday, people are either wanting to sleep in or they have to, take their kids to soccer, or it's Christmas shopping time. We had over 25 people show up for a 7 a.m. morning West Coast time. So the support has been fantastic. We have some supporters listening right now. Hello, Fabian Suarez. And really looking forward to it. I know we got a lot of stiff competition. California Storm is legendary. Academica has such a base going back 50 years to when my parents first came over to this country from Terceira, the greatest island in the Azores, by the way. So we got a lot to work up to and live up to, but I'm up for the challenge and I'm here for that.
Really happy to see you here with both feet on this green planet.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lee. So, Luis, I'm going to throw this one up there because I really do want to get a little bit to the nitty gritty. I know Jamie, and Michael have some experience already, but so there's a pool of players out there, right? And they're worldwide. There's another question coming up right after this. What leagues are you scouting in to make sure that there's a nice conduit, a nice pipeline for you? Where are you going? Where are you going to get your recruits? Jamie, I know you have your core, but where else are you going to look?
We look everywhere. We just look for anybody that wants an opportunity. We've got 2 teams, which is great. We have the USL W League team and we have the WPSL team. So for us, it's just about creating more platforms for women. And so we'll look anywhere from colleges to high-end high school players to post-college players. We're just looking for, high-end players and of every walks of life. So including Haley Betancourt and Haley, the winner gets you, and that's us. So,
so I digress. She did say. Now wait, it gets better. Somebody else says you can keep her.
That's her brother.
Wow.
So then Haley pipes up.
Looks like we also have shade in the comments right now, only on.
Yes.
on
I will
our
say
studio.
we've had Haley for quite some time, and she's one that I appreciate. Transitioned with us from when Jerry was running the team to now me. So she's one that's been with us for a long time, and there's no way that we are letting her go anywhere. So
All
I
right.
love you, Haley.
So there's that. So same question to the rest of you guys.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh, Haley.
Oh.
You were getting cupcakes, but I guess those are out. Michael, you're recruiting. What does it look like, and how are you ensuring that you've got everybody you could possibly get?
So we're definitely looking at our local colleges, Stanislaus and UC Merced, as well as Merced College and Modesto Junior College. Looking at high school players as well, those that are looking to be transitioning to a Division I or Division II university. Pretty much any player that is from the 209 area, from Modesto to Merced, that's our big focus. Of course, we're taking players. I mean, last year we carried some players from the Fresno area that drove up to be a part of our team. So we do get that. We got that a lot in the men's, and we saw that on the women's side. There's players from the outside of the 209 that want to represent the club. But yeah, our main focus is to be that team that is available for our local players here in the area to come in and play at a high level and represent their communities.
Lee.
I have no idea. And I say that because so our technical director, co-head coach is Adrian Sorensen, who is the head women's coach at San Joaquin Delta College. It just made the state Final Four this past season. And I told her when, I asked her to come on that I am not going to be the Jerry Jones of sports franchise owners. I'm not going to stick my nose in who they select, who she gets, who she wants. I said, that is your job. My job is to write a check and enjoy the game with a hot dog and a non-alcoholic beverage. So, I'm the mouthpiece of the team. But I have very full confidence that, Adrian is so very respected in the soccer community. I think she's going to put together a great product. And much like Michael, it's, we are here as a team for our local Stockton community. And, back, I don't know how many of you guys watch those ESPN 30 for 30 documentaries, but there was one on the University of Miami, the U. And when Howard Schnellenberger was first, hired as the head coach of the U, he drew a line right across Florida at Orlando and said, if we recruit everyone south of this line, we will be national champions in 4 years. It took them 3. I am also fully convinced that if we draw a big circle around Stockton, we have so much talent here that we will be championship contenders in no time at all. And that's really what I'm looking forward to. And I know Adrian Sorensen, Anahi Duran is our other co-head coach. They're going to do a fantastic job of putting that together and making it happen.
Well, it sounds like your coaches have experience with recruiting players anyhow, because, Delta having gone through that, and then so I don't doubt you're going to get some good quality. Stanislaus is going to Turlock, I'm assuming, for Academica, but you guys may have to arm wrestle a little bit. You do have UOP in your backyard, so let's just go from there. So Jamie, what's the furthest distance? Sorry guys, I'm kind of hogging the microphone here, but I'll turn it over here in a second, Luis and Jared. But what's the furthest distance you've ever had a recruit come from?
We get some players that are from overseas, but they're like playing here collegiately. So we just had a girl from France. I'm talking with a player from the Netherlands. We had one from Brazil, so Japan, so just all over the world. So it's neat to have that into our team, because it just brings different cultures, and it's neat how, even if there is some language barriers, it's the soccer, or football, right? It is just a common game. It's something that we can all share our love over and learn about each other's culture. So it's great.
really quick, just popping back to, the comment to Lee about UOP. It's like, yeah, Haley, she agrees. And she also mentioned that you got to get Chrissy playing. She is a PE teacher and she is loud, and that has been established, and she will be the first one to tell you all that. So.
And she's a goalkeeper too, so.
Yeah, there you go. So, Luis.
All right. Well, let me go ahead and put this question here, even though, this was before we heard the beginning and all that, but might as well hear it again, because who knows, maybe it could be a different one. But we know all the teams have their biggest rival. I mean, sometimes there's multiple rivalries, such as with Sac Republic, you've got Oakland and Monterey, but we feel like Oakland is probably more of our suited rival at the current time being. But who are you going to consider as your main one? Who's the one that you got to beat each and every single time, and that you might start calling it, some sort of like derby name of sorts? And let's go in screen order again. So let's first go to you, Jamie.
I don't know. That's a good question. I've been getting a lot of people saying, "Oh, you got to go beat, Tormenta, who won the USW League last year." But honestly, I think being the first year in a brand new division, I think it's just fun to have all these little rivalries amongst each other, and we got together for a meeting the other day, and it was fun kind of poking each other and, saying we got to beat each other and all that stuff. But I think for the first year, it's kind of get to know everybody. And for us, our own rivalry is the way we play. But I'm sure we'll develop those rivalries, especially after this first year.
What about you, Michael?
So, pretty much what Jamie had said. Last year we were only in the WPSL for 1 year, so we didn't really have any time to really establish any type of rivalries. Of course, proximity, Stockton is pretty close to where we play, but who knows? I mean, our rival may become Marin, and we've seen that in the men's game, or like Oakland. It just sometimes a team that isn't so close to you doesn't really become a rival. It ends up being a team that's 2.5 hours away from you, who ends up being the game that everybody kind of gets up for, and everybody really circles when they see the schedule gets released. So I think that's a good question that I can give you an answer most likely after season 1.
All right, Lee.
So I'm actually going to throw a curveball here, and since I did just mention the U, how many of you here remember Catholics versus Convicts? Notre Dame versus Miami. Okay, two people that could not be more opposite. And I would like to remind everyone that we actually have the Olympic Club from San Francisco in this division. The Olympic Club, where they have U.S. Opens, and it probably costs more than I've made in about 10 years to just be a member of this club. When they have to come to Stockton, of all places, that will be the new Catholic versus Convicts right there. It's I'm sorry, you're not in San Francisco or Marin anymore. It is Stockton, California. Bring your sack lunch. It's going to be an all-day affair.
Oh my goodness, I love that shade. So that kind of leads me to this. So what's something about your team or franchise that nobody knows? Lee, you just nailed it right then and there. That thinking of, the athletic club. So that's just killer. Michael, what's something about your team or franchise that nobody knows?
So I'm going to go ahead. And so we've been around for a while, and I'm going to go ahead and say something that maybe a lot of people in the soccer season know, and the soccer scene know. But for those of you who are not aware about Academica, we have our own facility, and it is literally located in the middle of nowhere. And when you get to it, it's like the scene when they, from the baseball movie. Now I'm drawing a blank.
Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams, exactly. You're driving down a bumpy road. You're seeing cow pastures on both sides, and all of a sudden you stumble upon a little soccer stadium with locker rooms and lights and a nice grass surface. And it definitely, like what Lee said about, it's gonna, when like Olympic Club comes to town, it's definitely going to be a little bit of a reminder that they're not in San Francisco anymore. It'll be something similar when teams who are not aware of us get to our grounds. It's definitely a unique place to go watch a game, and I invite anybody who's watching to come out and catch a game out at Academica Field, because I don't think you'll be disappointed in what you see.
Now, Michael, you also forgot that Bathroom and Well will probably be there too.
Yeah, so we have, on one side we have a Catholic church. The other side we have where the priest lives. The other side we have a cornfield. Another side we have a sweet potato field. And right behind us is a cow pasture with there all the time. And that is, we've had a couple balls going there. The only person who goes and gets them is Haley. He's the one that's brave enough to jump the fence and on a cow. I'm not willing to take that on, neither is Simon or anybody else. But so if anybody, if we ever have a game and a cow hops over the fence, or a ball goes over the fence and goes in the pasture, let's hope that the court is there to help us out and get that ball back.
I gotta say, I loved how the transmission was kind of cutting off as he mentions the cow pasture, because it almost sounded like it censored him for a moment, given what the soccer balls could potentially land in. So I love that timing.
Now, wait. I gotta ask Jamie, because I've lost a shoe. I regained it in that field to the east of the Davis Legacy Fields. There's a irrigated, I don't know what they're growing out there, corn, you name it, wheat, tomatoes, who knows? I don't know what they put out there. But I had to go retrieve balls when Sac Republic was doing tryouts their very first year, 2013-14, right in there. And I was retrieving balls that were errant out there. And I think there may still be a permanent imprint up to my knee. Is that field still there, Jamie?
Yeah, there is. They still get sunflowers, and I think most recently it's been tomatoes out there. And one time we found a little snake under a trash can, and so we took it out there and released it. And that we get all kinds of wildlife. I heard somebody saw a bobcat out there at the complex, and coyotes. We see tons of rabbits and stuff. And so yeah, we're definitely not immune to that, which I like.
Wow, that kind of sounds like one of my old employers in North Scottsdale. We'd have bobcats, snakes, javelinas, and whatnot all out there. That's one thing about being in Arizona. Now, I've got a question, and I know the W League is just starting out. They've just barely gotten the Northern California Division and the what's essentially the Cascadia region. Now, outside of Northern California, and should there be a Southwest Division named, which region would you prefer to play against, either the Northwest or a Southwest division, should there be one?
I mean, I guess I'll tackle that first. For me, it's all about fun and rivalries, and my ex-wife is from Portland, so I wouldn't mind putting a whooping on the Northwest, the northwestern portion of this great country.
I'm going to go ahead and say the Southwest, just because anytime you get a chance to go to Southern California, I will always take that. So there's my answer.
I think I'd like to see Southwest. I know that there's like SC Blue Heat. They've always had a very dominant women's program. Would love to play against them. I think in Southern California, always has strong women players. So I think it'd be fun to have a rivalry down there and play with them. So, but we're open, just excited to be playing games at the end of the day.
Excellent. And of course, I know, Michael, with the men's club going into League Two, there's a possibility you might be coming down here to Arizona to face FC Tucson, since they've moved over to USL League Two.
Yeah. So we are expecting to finalize. There might be some more teams joining the West Coast. So, potentially there might be if we make playoffs, we're making a trip down to FC Tucson, or maybe a team in Phoenix pops up. But either way, if we end up in Arizona, I'm counting on you to be the BGB of Arizona and get the crowd going in favor of Academica if we're in your neck of the woods. All I ask.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, whichever comes to Arizona, just let me know. I can always hop on the Flixbus. I've done that to go to Tucson. I can do it to go up to Flagstaff, or even better, if you happen to play here in Maricopa County, in Phoenix, Chandler.
Oh, did you see what Jamie just did? Oh, this is perfect.
I just wanted to bring Haley into the conversation here.
So,
Here, we'll put you in full screen. Mostly full screen.
There we go.
there she
Sorry.
is.
Okay, Haley's present now. We're good.
Hi, Haley.
Sorry, I totally didn't mean to interrupt you guys. Go
Oh
ahead.
no, this is perfect. This is perfect.
No, you're good. You're good.
So for those of you who don't, Haley's brother is Simon, and he's the president of Academica. And I always like to check him every now and then and say, hey, your sister, she's a doctor. Look at you. You're running a soccer club with me. Look where how much of your life's fallen off.
Hey, there's no shame. Oh, Lee, you just got some compliments there. There's no shame in running a soccer club. Man, look at the opportunities you're giving. There's helpers. And, they always say, find the helper. Well, you're helping everybody, launch their careers while having one yourself. So, I mean, this is cool.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
This is cool.
Well, I have another thing here because you're going to get a ton of away fans also, being that, our distances aren't that far. So I wouldn't be surprised if, we see sellouts anytime, your teams play against each other. So I want y'all to sell your city, and it doesn't have to be just exactly where you play at, but anything that is around the city. What can home and away fans do before and after a game? And let's go in screen order to make it easier again.
We've got a lot to do in Davis. It's amazing. If you've ever been downtown, there's so many shops, and we've got great places to dine. The hotels are very nice and clean, so you can come up, and after you come and watch a great game, you can stay the night and just go check out all the different amenities. It's beautiful. We've got some of the most amazing sunsets. If you've ever been out there, it's just the reds and the blues and purples and everything in the sky. So it's gorgeous. It's usually around kickoff time. It's just a lot of people will go park their cars and just sit there and watch it. It's incredible, but definitely it's a fun place to be, and lots of stuff to do if you go into town. So
Great biking community. So if you throw your bike on the back of the car or in, whatever, it's a great place.
Or train.
Or train. Yes.
Yes.
Train goes right through Davis. So throw your bike on the train and ride to the game, because that's what I might do.
yeah, we try to really keep it affordable. We don't, charge for parking or anything like that. And beer is very affordable, and it's kind of like a big party. It's really fun. So yeah, I'm partial to it,
Looking forward to that.
So Academica is located in Turlock, but we also have Modesto and Merced up and down the road. We're 15, 20 minutes away from both communities. Both those communities, as well as Turlock, have a lot to offer in dining. There's a lot of, downtown. All three downtowns are really trending upwards, especially Merced. Merced, they're putting a lot of infrastructure that's being built into revitalizing downtown Merced. So we have a lot of nice little cities that are all pretty much similar size to one another, that are nearby. And then with Academica Field, it's one of the most unique soccer environments that you'll ever go watch a game at. I will piggyback off of what Jamie said about sunsets at Academica Field. They are so beautiful, especially when you get that springtime sunset. Those with a little bit of clouds in the distance. Those are very picturesque out there. But nonetheless, it's a unique place to go watch a game. It's a place that has a lot of history. We've had a lot of great memories made. We hosted a couple of international teams out there, and it's a unique presence in lower league soccer.
All right. So, I mean, there is so much that can be said for Stockton, California. It gets a bad rap all the time, but it is a city full of just absolutely amazing people. We actually do have a great place called Lincoln Center that has quite a few great restaurants. One of my faves, Market Tavern. Also have this place called Midgley's Public House with Chef Michael Midgley, who won a season of Top Chef, or finished in like the top 2. Fantastic place to go grab a burger. His burgers are about yay big. And then also we do have Lodi Wine Country right next door. And we are situated right on the San Joaquin Delta. So bring your boat, water ski jet, you name it. Come on down, dock at one of several marinas. Come catch a fantastic game. And what I personally think is one of the best soccer specific setups in Northern California. We will play our games at San Joaquin Delta College at their soccer field, and I don't think, at least in a league such as ours, there is a soccer specific setup as good as the one we will have at San Joaquin Delta. It's going to be a great place to catch a game. Already got our official food vendor set up. The best barbecue I have tasted anywhere that is not south of the Mason-Dixon line. So, so by all means, come on. People will fall in love with Stockton when you guys come. Absolutely.
And
can I add?
Say that again, Jamie.
Oh, can I just add? Lee just reminded me. Our brewery that sponsors us, it's Sidwork Brewery right there in Davis. They're 2-time Brewery of the Year, and they are phenomenal. So they've got a great setup over there. So some people like to go over there and pregame and then come over or go over after the game. It's a great place, and they're setting up a new dining area right now. It's really good. We also have Kiki's Chicken, which they're all located throughout the Sacramento region. One of our players, Janae Gonzalez, it's her family's franchise, and it's amazing. So they bring their food trucks out there. And then our wine partner, who also serves at our games, it's the Old Sugar Mill, and they've got 12 different wineries. And so you can go there on the weekends, and they've got food trucks, and you can go from winery to winery. And there's an open area on the grass where people bring their dogs or their kids. And so it's a lot of great amenities and things in the area that are tied to the team.
Back I was going to say, in my pre-liver transplant days, I think I belonged to every single winery in the Old Sugar Mill. So there you go.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It's all part of the Lodi appellation for growing grapes here. And I kept saying, I am so guilty as charged. Kiki's Chicken, yes. Sudwork, yes. Lodi wineries, yes. And I can just see, if I make it all the way down to Stockton or Academica after stopping at all the Lodi wine, I don't know. We'll see. Plus olive oil. There's always.
Oh, it's called Uber. It's called Uber. And it's handy.
It's called Uber, or maybe I get myself as far as Modesto and let Luis do all the driving. It's like, Luis,
that's
you're
true.
the driver.
All else fails, Flixbus or Greyhound, works too. And I'll probably end up having to do that if I am lucky enough to do a trifecta. I mean, between the food out in Davis, and then going down to Stockton for one of those burgers, and then maybe some of that Portuguese food down in Turlock, I'm probably going to be getting back up to 280 again.
We always joke on this podcast how we go from talking about soccer to talking either about alcohol or food. And so we've done it. We did it. We accomplished the goal. We can sign off now.
Now, I'm curious. Do your two facilities? I've never been there. Do you guys play on grass or on turf?
for us, we play on turf. We'll be playing on turf.
Mm-hmm.
Michael,
Yes,
turf or grass?
grass, and it is. If you come out in May, so we actually just reseeded, and now we have a winter blend out there, and we're gonna go ahead and aerate it and reseed it again prior to the W and the USL League 2 kicking off. So it will be looking like a carpet come May of 2023. So definitely grass out at Academica.
So Mr. Flores of Power recognized the three of you as being stellar guests. And I just wanted to say the same thing. This is awesome. But I have like a massive question. Has nothing to do with local soccer, but has everything to do with women's soccer. Give us your thoughts. We have the 2023 World Cup campaign coming. Tell us how exciting this is for you guys to be launching into this new division, essentially, and coinciding with, you know, the best in the world women playing soccer. Screen order, Jamie.
I'm extremely excited. It definitely comes at a great time. You can see how everybody was feeling, you know, with the U.S. men's team and how far they made it, and it gave everybody something to hope for and to be excited about and feel like we can build the future. And with the women's success that they have had, you know, decade after decade, it's one of those things that having, you know, so much on TV and in front of in the community, I think it's going to get people really pumped and be great for our seasons as well. And, you know, just having this launch at that time, I feel like it couldn't have come at a better time.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Jamie. We're coming in right at the perfect moment, right before our World Cup. With a team that is, you know, has every opportunity to win it. And you know, and Turlock, it is a very big Portuguese community in the surrounding areas, and Portugal is actually they have the likelihood of qualifying for the World Cup in 2023. So that, I think, is also going to draw a lot of interest. Some of the older people in the community, and with us being the outlet and the leader in women's soccer in our community, I think it's just all going to tie together so well at such a perfect moment.
Yeah, I think, you know, with so much attention being on the Women's World Cup and Team USA, you know, it will have a lot of people look our way. And my hope is that it's able to show everyone who is the casual observer. Well, it's the world. U.S. women do well in the Women's World Cup, so we're going to watch because we're the United States and we like to win. But I'm hoping it has them also kind of focus some attention on all three of our teams and show that there is so much talent out there. The talent isn't just the Alex Morgans and I forget her name, but Dennis Rodman's daughters of the world. It is the women that are playing right here in your own hometown, and they have so much talent, and they really deserve your respect and they deserve your support. So that's what I'm really hoping comes out of this.
Now, I also have another question as well. It does pertain to women's soccer. I've seen recently that, and I'll have to get more details about this, there is actually going to be a Canadian Women's Soccer League coming to fruition fairly soon. With 2023 being all of yours first year in the W League, do you believe that you may have a microscope on your clubs from Canada, so this way they can learn what can go right and things they could learn on? Do you believe Canada might be a good source that maybe you may draw from, or they may draw from you?
I hope anytime that, you know, we can be a platform for women to play at an even higher level, we're definitely on board for that. So, you know, I feel like at the end of the day, we're part of their journey. It's about the players. It's not about us. And anything we can do to be a part of that and help them succeed is our job. And So I'm excited. I think I don't know. I feel like we'll get looks. Our team already does get looks for especially like for the different national teams and NWSL teams. So that would be my hope, is that we can funnel players that way. I don't know if they look to us for how to do things and and whatnot, but we try to do the best we can and to create the most professional atmosphere for the players. So yeah, and I'm also a stakeholder for the Bay Area team. I really want to see NWSL team come there. So that's another channel we're looking to also funnel players.
Yeah, with the addition of the of this new league in Canada, I think it's just going to be another outlet for women to play at a high level here in North America. And I mean, I don't know what ideas they'll get from us or what ideas we'll get from them. I'm sure we'll be trading off ideas from one another. But it's always great when more and more opportunities are coming out for continued growth and for positive strides in the game.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, they need to put a team in Mississauga, Michael. I definitely think they need to put a team in Mississauga. But actually, what I would really like to see, first of all, I'm excited they're having a Canadian women's Canadian professional league. What I would like to see in the women's game is what's happening in the men's game. You saw the run that the Sac Republic did to the U.S. Open Cup. In fact, I remember Lewis was freaking out because, when I was back there in Florida, Gainesville is like an hour and a half from Orlando. So I had a partial season ticket package to Orlando City. And it was a game, I want to say it was a week before the Open Cup game. Mm-hmm. And literally it's like God was pouring a bucket of water on Orlando. Really. And I did I did like a little Facebook video of it, and poor Lewis was over here freaking out thinking that was going to happen to him. But I would really like to see both international club competition between the two, and something akin to a U.S. Open Cup for women. I think it would be fantastic if Academica or Stockton Cargo or Cal Storm got to go play Angel City in an Open Cup format down in Angel City, or San Diego or Chicago, wherever, somewhere where they will be packing the place in. Let's go to Louisville. I think that would be fantastic. That's something I would like to see really grow in the women's game. Us in an international club competition or a U.S. Open Cup style competition for women. I hope it happens.
Yeah, that would definitely be a great idea, and also it'd be another excuse to see one of our teams go play Orlando Pride, and for me to bring back about 5 or 6 pub subs back to Phoenix.
No. It's always about food.
Well, and also a great game, of course. I mean, that would be a fantastic idea to have a women's U.S. Open Cup. I mean, just like Lee said. I mean, seeing some of the greatest from California and other states, go at it, make a miracle run, take down some of the bigger names. I mean, I love it.
Oh, that's fabulous.
I actually have a quick question for Lee.
Go for it.
Lee. All right. Are you aware of who Savannah DeMello is?
I am drawing a blank right now.
Okay, it's okay. She is a up and coming soccer player that plays at Louisville. She is been on Sports Center, top 10 plays. She is Portuguese descent. Okay, dad is from Terceira. She grew up in Artesia. Okay, so if you didn't have a favorite soccer player, now you do. Right. She has been called up to the national team already a couple times.
Nice.
I'm hoping that she makes the national team roster in 2023. But yeah, so she is Portuguese descent from Terceira, which is that small island in the middle of the Atlantic.
Oh, well, first of all, I need to know if her dad is from the Antique Vila de San Sebastián. If he is, that makes it all the much better.
I think he's from Altage.
But we can't all be perfect, but it's okay.
I know. So my father-in-law taught him English when he came to this country, and they all got on a bus a couple weeks ago, or actually a couple months ago when Louisville played Angel City down in LA. They all went to go see Savannah play, but she is definitely someone to look out for. Now that you know who it is, keep an eye on her because I think she's definitely has a bright future in the national team.
Nice, sweet. And
Okay,
ours.
so that name was Savannah DeMello.
Savannah DeMello, yes.
All right.
Now, I have to admit, Michael, when you first said Savannah DeMello, I thought somehow my mom had contacted you and said tell Lee about this nice lady he can go marry and have babies with.
Oh boy.
Definitely a Portuguese name for sure.
Nice Portuguese girl for you, Lee.
You're on it, Michael. That's me to task. You gotta let's help Lee out.
Come on down to Academica. You can come down to one of our Portuguese festivals. You'll find somebody there.
I have very few joys in life, and not giving my mother the satisfaction of marrying anyone Portuguese is one of them.
Well, hey, there's still time to change that. Still time.
All right. Looks like we got a response from Christy. She's saying it might be fun if the individual states host a tournament and the winner is representative for their state in the state versus state cup tournament. Winning state holds bragging rights. That sounds amazing, Christy. A state of origin tournament. Yes, I would be totally be down for that as well.
So, Jamie, I got a question for you. Do you have any questions for Lee or Michael that you kind of want to get a little bit more out of them while we have them all here in front of everybody?
I don't know. What are you guys working on right now?
Well, we are working on merch, actually. So that's one thing that we've just recently started doing, we're used to starting up in February with NPSL and preseason and whatnot. So we're used to like having merch ready to go for winter, but we're gonna be playing in May, and I don't think sweaters and jackets is gonna be the thing that's gonna be selling off the shelves, especially in Turlock starting in May. So we're looking into probably gonna have to launch some merch later on, just because it's like, well, the only clothes that we can sell right now or other type of merchandise would be more suited for winter, and that won't be available or that won't be something that people will want to pick up.
Well, you might have some fans in the Bay Area, and of course it's notoriously cold even during May there, so that's a possibility. You always got to dress in layers out there.
When we play the Glens or Olympic or Moran or Oakland, we'll probably need some layers. You're right. Especially if I don't know where Olympic Club is playing, but if they play, I believe it's called Beach Chalet. That soccer complex is every single day that you go out there. It's windy and it's cold, and may God watch over you if you get there from October until March, because that is some of the most miserable times, especially when it's under the lights. I've gone and watched a couple Academica games there, and I've layered up to the extreme. And as soon as that whistle blew, we deadbolted to the car, and it was unfortunate. It was a close game because I wish I would have just gotten in the car and just stayed in the car. That's how cold it was. But of course, had to wait until the 90th minute to take off. But yeah, no, that is a good point. If all we need
is it colder than Kezar?
Yeah, because it's right next to the ocean. It's
Okay.
right next to the ocean, so you get that ocean breeze coming through, and it is relentless in San Francisco.
I think we should talk to the Olympic Club about them playing on the 18th fairway, because then right after they just pack everything up and we get a quick in 18 holes. I mean, makes sense to me. We are. I won't bore you with the non-soccer stuff I'm working on. But we are actually working on our jersey design. We got our front of jersey sponsor. we're not announcing yet. We're going to do.
Oh.
We have the jersey designed, but they are publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange. I will put it that way.
Nice.
Juicy.
So that's what we're working on. Like I said, our merch also will be definitely more spring, summer oriented. Be it t-shirts, jerseys, all that fun stuff. But looking forward to having that up for sale around sometime after the first of the year.
Will there be a fancy presentation of the jersey and like merch? Do you have any plans?
Yeah, you know, with me, it's always fancy. I'm the most bougie person I know. Come on, I had a holiday party up at the state capitol yesterday, for crying out loud. So yeah, we will be doing an official unveiling and all that fun stuff. We're really excited about it. And like I said, we're excited about the support we've been getting so far. You know, I want to put a great product that represents Stockton well out on the field for 12 games out of the year.
So, Jamie, fair question right back to you. What are you working on right now? What's your franchise working on?
Oh, a lot of things. We just launched season passes. So those are for sale right now. Getting that stuff together. Same thing. We're going to be launching new uniform kits. So working on getting that stuff ordered. Just met with our Puma rep today. And going to get that all figured out for Team Store as well as for all the players. And then we're talking about updating our logo as well. So.
Oh.
Really sweet.
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Have you thought about maybe doing a competition just like Sac Republic did before they unveiled the logo?
Yeah, we were just literally talking about that today. I think we'll probably throw it out to the public and see what, people come up with, and hopefully, people got good designs. It'd be interesting to see like how people interpret it. I definitely want to keep, the lightning bolt to some extent, but see what else they come up with it. And so yeah, that's where our next thing. So
love it. Well, this has been great fun for me. Jared, Luis, any other questions that you can think of? I see nothing yet coming back through the comments, except for we had to block Sex 69 from commenting. So,
Bria?
I'm sorry. State of the Republic After Dark is another show. It's not tonight.
Right, we blocked them.
Well, either way, as far as the merch goes, once tax time comes rolling through, don't be surprised if you end up all three of you end up shipping some stuff to Arizona, because I'll definitely be buying some stuff here and there. So. And from the shops I've seen so far, great prices. And I know Lee is still working on the online shop as well, but I know those are going to be some good competitive prices as well. So looking forward to the kits, and of course building this scarf wall that still has some open spots here and there. But hopefully we'll be getting that filled pretty soon too.
Do you have a California Storm one, or do I need to ship you one?
No, but they're right there.
Yes.
This girl's gonna have to buy one.
I'll get you one.
We'll get that.
Yeah, she is, because she is actually now the proud season ticket holder for the Storm for next year.
So, woo! Appreciate the support.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was ready to pay for parking or figure out how to ride my bike to every match, and then you said earlier, you guys don't charge for parking, which blows my mind because everybody charges for parking.
Well, that's one of the great things that, our relationship with the Davis Legacy Soccer Complex is that it allows us to control admission prices. We're allowed to do beer sales and the food trucks, so we can really, control all that so that it's affordable for everybody to go. It's not like, if there's a family of 5, it's not going to ruin, your bank for the month or anything like that. So.
And thank you, Jamie. And then a comment back to Chrissy is, because you didn't buy me one?
Oh, that's a good answer. It is Christmas time, right? So, I mean, she could always, there's still time.
True.
I love you, Chrissy.
Now that Jamie brought up the parking thing, Michael, Lee, what are costs looking like? Do you guys know about, will there be parking costs, ticket prices? Like, do you know any of that yet or not yet?
With us, I mean, we get to kind of do what we want with our own facility. But yeah, we never charge for parking. That's something that we will never do. We're trying to keep the costs as low as possible for fans. And yeah, I mean, tickets will be super affordable. We'll always want to be pushing season tickets. So of course, every year we always make season tickets like you're better off buying season tickets than opposed to just paying for a single game ticket. So this year we'll be including both USL League 2 and the W team as well in our season ticket passes. So it'll be something to where it makes sense for you to fork up an extra $20 or $30 to get a season ticket as opposed to paying for just a single game. And also that also helps more people through the door. Helps people to kind of commit to coming out to at least another game. That way they can enjoy some local soccer, catch the W team one day and the USL League 2 team another day.
Cool. On our end, now that election season is over, I get to work on all this fun stuff. But our tickets will be up here shortly. It's going to be $5 per person for adults, $2.50 between 5 and 12. And if you are under 5, you get to come in and throw up on me for free. Season tickets will be $25 for season tickets, and according price for children's season tickets as well. To my knowledge, I don't think they're going to charge for parking, but I will double check on that. But if for people want more information, they can email us at cargo@stocktonsc.com. And our website is also stocktonsc.com, where more information will be coming up on that shortly. But looking forward to having a lot of people out in Stockton. We have a very nice, cozy, intimate field set up, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, just hear this ticket information. I mean, it will cost more to go out to a Phoenix Suns game out in downtown Phoenix here than it would be to buy an entire season, probably for all 3 teams at this point. I mean, you cannot beat that, especially with this economy. I mean, hell, if I were in Sacramento, I'd probably jump in too.
It'll probably cost you more to park at a Phoenix Suns game than to get our
season ticket. Exactly.
Absolutely. Well, Luis, shall we wrap up and give everybody a chance to have a parting comment?
Yeah. Let's go ahead and have everyone give their parting comments. And, as the banner says there, thank you so much for joining us, for spending some time here. And, parting comments and screen order.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to all 3 of you, that you guys have been so supportive of me and the California Storm since the beginning, when I took over, and it really means a lot. We appreciate you giving a voice for women's soccer as well, and in the Sacramento region. And we're just super excited about the upcoming season, and we're excited about the group that we're joining as part of this launch in California. And it's going to be great for the game. And it's just a lot of really good people that we're excited to work with as well. So thank you for having me on.
Yeah, thank you to you 3 for doing this and for, like James said, giving a voice to women's soccer here, especially in the Central Valley, and allowing me to be a part of this podcast. And we are pumped to not just be a part of the USL family, but to be a part of this NorCal conference that is loaded with phenomenal people working behind the scenes to really help grow the game and push it in the right direction. And we're looking forward to hosting all y'all and visiting all of y'all when it comes to kickoff here in May of 2023.
Also, like to thank you guys for having us on again. You guys have had me on before. It was great. Thankfully, this time I'm not in a car driving up to the middle of nowhere in Utah. So our connection is a lot better this time. But I'm just, first of all, obviously I'm excited for the Stockton Cargo once again, StocktonCargoSC.com. But, you know, I'm also really excited for the three of us and the fact that we're going to be shining a light on not only women's soccer, but soccer in general in the Central Valley. Way too often, especially in this state, the Central Valley gets overlooked. It's always LA, it's always San Francisco, it's always tech bros in the Silicon Valley. And I'm super excited to show that, you know, especially in women's soccer, the Central Valley is going to be a force. We are going to, you know, bang out winners out of this Central Valley. And we have a lot more talent than any other place, at least in my estimation. So I'm really looking forward to it and looking forward to seeing my my fellow compatriots here on the pitch.
Woo! I love it. One last look at Haley Betancourt.
Haley approves.
Just had to. All right. Excellent.
Awesome.
That
Well, yeah,
reminds
once
me, I
again,
need to go get I need to get my flu shot.
Simon, for half the price of Haley, if you want to come down to Academica.
Well,
Simon knows a guy. Simon knows a guy, so he can do it.
Oh dear. Oh, and then Haley, bless her heart.
yeah, one last comment.
Oh.
Haley, I know you're watching. That is one airbrushed photo, okay?
no
That's
way.
one airbrush. No, her YouTube one, her little icon one.
No, she's always
That
that
is
business.
Haley. How many filters did you use on that? I want to know.
Yeah, right. Haley does not use filters. She is naturally gorgeous. She doesn't even have Instagram.
So she may retract Go Central Valley Teams. She may just say
Yeah.
Go Central Valley Teams minus Lee. Okay.
Oh.
The rivalries are getting started. Oh.
Haley loves me. Haley absolutely loves me.
Maybe not now.
Chrissy has the last word. She corrected her spelling, but she says Haley is gorgeous, but it came out Haley. Okay. All right. So
Awesome.
thank you again, everyone. So wonderful to have you on, and I'm so glad you said yes when Luis sent out the message. It blew me away that you all said yes at once, because this has been the most exciting live show that I've been on in a long time, and I love the laughter. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all.
Thank you. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you.
Love you, Haley.
Oh, she put it there.
Oh.
Awesome. Well, I again, as I mentioned earlier, again, thank you all for joining us. And I do want to also mention we are going to be posting this on the podcast as well, just to increase more of the content of this, in case anyone is out on the road and they want to listen to us and they can't go through the whole video. And so we'll also do that just to increase our reach for y'all. And we'll definitely have you three on the podcast once the season rolls on, especially before you guys play against each other. That first game, we'll definitely, try and, coordinate times and try to have the different rivalries as the games go on.
Appreciate you guys.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Like it.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Awesome. And thank you, everyone.
Thank
for
you,
tuning in.
everybody.
If you want to tune in or you want to listen to anything that was said earlier before we post it on the podcast, you can always hop on YouTube and actually listen, or I should say watch as well, the whole thing as well. So have a great night, everyone, and we'll see you next week.
Great. Thanks, guys.
Thank
Go
you.
Central Valley.
Yeah, go Central Valley teams.
And in 3 more words, cue the music.
Right. Thank you.
All right.
Difficulties. I just got out of that. I know we're still live, but I think you pressed it.
Oh, yeah, I did press the
Oopsie.
thing.
I think
Now we
I
can
think by
really
accident.
talk about those guys, now that they're gone. So.
Okay, so now we can get down to business. We're
That's
still
right.
live. Okay, here's the dirt. Nothing. I swear to you, my clicker is like, so
Oh,
go.
okay. Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but all right. Now,
We have
can you
our
say it
own
again?
live blooper show.
I know, right? It's live. Yeah. All right. Well, I need someone to say it again.
Okay, cue the music
And the right video as well.
and the right video, please. The right